Hey folks, Troubletcat here, recording for the Zombie Arcade. You're watching Meet the Weapon, and today we're talking about the QBZ-95B. It's kind of a mouthful. Anyway, the QBZ-95B is the carbine version of the QBZ-95 assault rifle, also known as the Type 95, which is a lot easier to say, so I'll probably mostly call it that. The weapon's full name, translated from Chinese, means approximately Light Weapon, Rifle, Automatic 1995, which is in fact what it is. So the Type 95 is a Chinese-made bullpup assault rifle used by the PLA, which is China's armed forces, and Chinese law enforcement. The weapon began manufacture in 1995 and entered service with the PLA in 1997. Battlelog incorrectly lists this weapon as firing the same 5.45 by 39mm round used in the AK-74M and the AK-74U. However, the Type 95 actually fires a newly developed Chinese round, the 5.8 by 42mm DBP-87 round. The Chinese claim that this round outperforms both 5.56 by 45mm ammo and 5.45 by 39mm ammo. However, it's worth noting that to cut costs, the round is actually made with cheaper and less reliable materials than 5.56mm NATO and similar rounds. So, it's sort of... If it does outperform those rounds ballistically, you have to keep in mind that there's probably going to be a bit lower reliability. The weapon offers safe single-fire and full-auto fire modes, and sometimes a 3-round burst. The one in the game does have a 3-round burst. So the QBZ-95B carbine, which is the gun in this game, is essentially the same thing, but with a much shorter barrel. It's a 14.5-inch barrel, same as the M4. Although it's a much shorter weapon overall thanks to the bullpup configuration. And the carbine version also has a higher rate of fire at around 800 rounds per minute, whereas the rifle has about 650 round per minute rate of fire. Apparently this gun has quite low recoil due to the internal design, which is always nice, and is relatively reliable, which is not something you'd really expect from a Chinese-made weapon, but, well, there you go. The QBZ-95B particularly only seems to have been issued with the Navy, and none of the variants of the Type 95 have seen much adoption outside of China, so this is not a very widely used weapon. It's quite new. It uses sort of a strange ammunition, so this is a pretty odd little weapon. How do I like it in the game? It's pretty solid, actually. It's sort of in line with the other carbines that I just generally feel are pretty solid, like the M4, the G53. All the carbines, I feel like there's not actually a huge amount of difference between most of them. I mean, like the A91 and the Scar H kind of stand out as feeling a bit different, but most of the other carbines feel pretty samey, really. I mean, there are minor differences, but, again, like most of the other carbines, this is just a pretty solid all-around little weapon for close to medium range. Not super good at long range, but not too bad either. But pretty damn solid close up. I do quite like this one, and I didn't think I would. I was expecting to not really get much enjoyment out of this weapon, but it actually it performs pretty well. And there's one thing in particular that I do really like about it that I'm going to talk about in a moment after we're done looking at it with no attachments, and that's sort of the way the attachments are set up on this gun. You'll see in a minute. This one in the game is actually held together by duct tape on the stock there. Presumably because, I don't know, if that duct tape wasn't there, the thing would just explode in your face due to superior Chinese engineering. I don't know, I feel like this gun should be offering an unlimited stable of jokes about how cheaply manufactured and how unreliable things from China are, but it's not too bad, so it makes it kind of hard to make jokes about it. I don't know, it's very, very sad indeed. Just chilling out here behind. So what you're going to see in a minute is probably the proest nade I've ever thrown. Alright, check this out. I know there's a guy on the roof, so pro nade out, yeah! Get that motherfucker! Oh, wait. Oh. That's not... That's not how you grenade, guys. I'm sorry. I thought I could get the guy on the roof, but... No, I really couldn't. But yeah, so basically, I mean, I don't have a whole lot to say about this gun in the game. It's got you know, moderately good performance. It's the same as the other carbines, and I'm looking forward to finally being off the engineer kit, because I'm having a hard time, because so many of these carbines are so samey, it's kind of hard to say a lot about them. And we're about to go into the support kit, although that video might be a few days away. I might take a short break and meet the weapon between kits here. We're about to go into the support kit, and those guns handle a bit more differently from each other, so that's going to be, I think, a more sort of interesting collection of videos than the engineer weapons. You know, assault kit went pretty well. Engineer videos, but I think support is going to be a good, interesting set of vids again. And again, those weapons are also quite versatile. Lots of different good attachment setups for support kit guns, so I'm really looking forward to doing that. There's a guy behind me. Yeah, I see him on the radar there, running after the rocks. Oh, hey bro, what's up? If I run after the rocks, of course, me parachuting, you see me failing tragically to actually kill, and even the RPG can't bring him down. I'm pretty pro. Oh, shit! Anyway, we're about to see a different loadout, which will be the laser sight, suppressor, and 3.4 times sight. And one of the things I do really like about this gun is the fact that you can have a laser sight and a suppressor, or a laser sight and a heavy barrel, or a tac light and a suppressor, or whatever the fuck. You can have that on most of the personal defense weapons and some of the carbines. Most guns, however, the laser sight and the suppressor are in the same slot. This gun doesn't have a foregrip or a bipod available for it, which is why they've done that. It's the same on the AKS-74U. You can get a laser sight and a heavy barrel, which was in... I think I showed that off. Oh wait, no, maybe you can't. I'm not sure, actually, because that gun does have a foregrip and a bipod, so maybe that's wrong. Anyway, you can do it on this gun, and on a lot of the PDWs. And I really like being able to have a laser sight and a suppressor, both really good, solid, close-range attachments. That it just feels good, man. They're like super spec ops mode, and of course the 3.4 times sight, as you know, is something that I love very much, and I really do think the 3.4 times scopes are great on carbines in particular. Sort of that close, medium range kind of setup. It works really beautifully, and so that's all good. This is pretty much the only attachment loadout I really use on this weapon. You know, you could slap on a 4 times sight, maybe even a heavy barrel, and set it up for a bit longer range stuff. But I really enjoy the fact that you can have a laser sight and a suppressor, so I pretty much always do that on this gun. And so that's the only attachment loadout I'm going to be showing you for this. I'm thinking I'm going to do one of these videos, one of these Meet the X videos, for everything in the game that allows you to directly kill somebody, which is going to be really fucking difficult, because it means I'll have to do meet the C4, meet the repair tool, meet the knife, meet the MAV. No AT mines, because AT mines you can't directly kill somebody. You have to fucking shoot the AT mine or blow up the rocket or something. But I thought that could be fun. So that's kind of a ways off though, because that'll probably come at the very end of the series. Videos where I just kind of run around with a knife with a block of C4 trying to pick up some kills. But I thought that'd be a fun thing to do at the end of the series, so I figured I might as well just announce that now, and give you guys something to look forward to. So yeah, I don't have much to say about this gun, guys. I'm sorry. I feel like this commentary is kind of dead in the water, but it's just because see there, I'm doing some decent medium range work with this, so that's good. It's just that, yeah, I don't have a whole lot to say about this weapon in general. It's pretty okay, but not anything super stupendously amazing about it. I could have cut this video down more, to be honest, but oh, you know what I was going to mention is, in both these last couple of games you've seen, there's a lot on Terran Highway, and this one here, I'm always outside the enemy spawn, right outside the enemy spawn, and I wanted to mention in this video how much I hate these games, and I say this all the time, but I hate really one-sided games. People are always like, oh, Troubletcat, you just say that because you're bad, and you hate getting spawn trapped and raped to death all the time. And that's partly true, but I also hate being on this team, because it makes the games really fucking boring. And when I was editing this video, I actually thought to myself, yeah, I won't have much to talk about here, and then so I can just talk about how that is evidence for the fact that these games are really boring even if you're on the winning team, because there's just nothing to say about it. It's like, yeah, we sat outside their spawn and they couldn't really leave and we killed them, and I don't even know why I used this footage. Anyway, as always, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you thought of the video, and until next time, Troubletcat out.